Okay. Alright, so we got to put this like this. Doggone it. Makeshift. My makeup. Can't hardly wear this no more because it's not cold no more. Put on my toupee. Let me go ahead and open the window. It's a sunny day. I'll let you see. It's a sunny day in the bay east of LA. So it's sunny. Not as sunny as El Centro. El Centro, California is like almost in the hundreds, believe it or not. And so I've got some information, and I want to put this information out there right away, and then maybe I'll go to Hanford and get me some bread, because I ate the sourdough bread and it's freaking nasty. The whole breakfast was nasty. I put too much salt in the hash browns, and I bought those eggs last night. Remember I told you? Well, I've been there's somebody talking about MK Ultra on here. Okay. I'm just checking out David Icke's channel right now. Okay, I know what he's doing. Okay, just a second. I'm just gonna check my channel real quick. I'm checking the signal. Oh, I better put it up there. It looks good, but I better put it up there. Okay, I got a whole bunch of people in here. Okay, I'm going to tell you what's going on with David Icke real quick. Then I'll make a more professional video later. But right now, before I tell you about David Icke, let me tell you about the eggs. I've been eating the pasture-raised eggs and the cage-free eggs. And last night I showed you that I ran out of food and I have to go all the way to Walmart, which is in a couple towns away, to get the eggs. So I'm like, I better just grab me some eggs. So I grabbed some of these regular eggs out of the dollar store. And they're freaking nasty compared to once you've started eating pasture-raised eggs or the cage-free eggs. These eggs are freaking nasty. Okay, so let me tell you about, everybody almost left. Let me tell you about what's going on with David Icke. Okay, so you know David Icke's channel, right? I went in and I watched a few videos. Oh, and what about what I said? That this is a bunch of bull. Now they're saying that he's alive. You know the thing that's going on in Iran? I just saw this morning. Remember last night I was telling you it's a bunch of bull? Now they're saying, someone over there is saying he's perfectly fine. This is a big old freaking clown show. I wanted to tell you something about David Icke, okay? And then I'll maybe go for a ride and start a live stream. But I want to tell you this, first of all, what's going on with David Icke. And if you want to, just go there right now. David Icke, go check out some of his videos. Okay, he's been making videos. You know that they just let him back on, right? Watch it. Now, consider it a miracle that he's back on there. I highly suggest you go in there and listen to what he's saying. Okay, so let me find my pen. I know I'm acting neurotic. You would be too if you're freaking poor living like I do. Okay. I can't find it. Let me just show you his book. And his name is printed on the bottom there. That's him. Okay, I don't know if you can see me without that light on. Let me open this light a little bit, and I'll close this one. I've got the window open. That's why I'm trying to not talk loud. Okay, if you need, I was gonna write his name down. That's his name right there. Okay, down at the bottom. This thing's taking forever to catch up. Okay, that's how you spell his name. David Icke. Okay? And watch him. Okay. I'll tell you exactly which one to watch later on the next video I make. So right now, I just went in and just to check out to see what he's doing. Because, you know, we've been talking about Iran. Actually, I don't know if it was David Icke that was talking about it, but me and Mankapura. Okay? That's Menkheperra. That's his YouTube channel. I think he's right here in California too, in Compton. Mankapura the Great. We were just talking about this, Iran, right before it popped off. The day before it popped off, we were talking about it. And so now I'm just like, well, I'm going to go see what David Icke is saying about this, because it's been about 4 days since I checked out his channel, right? I have my own personal reasons for that, okay? And so he's not saying anything about it right now. He's probably working on it right now. And I think he does not want to rock the boat. And could we ever have some court hearings? Yeah, but it's very tricky. So let me just tell you what's going on, okay? He put up a video. I think it was like within the 5 days. I just barely saw it right now and I watched it. And this is the video that I guess about 1 year or 2 years ago, David Icke started kicking it with this lady. Okay? She's a blonde head lady. And well, personally, I have my suspicions about her. Okay? Anyway, when he was hanging around with this person, they went to court. Okay? They went to court, and this is the video I'm talking about. I'll tell you exactly which one it is. I think it's the one that says 30 days or something like that. And it says, this is, oh, no, it's 30 countries. It says, this is why they want to silence me. This is the video I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure. I just went in and checked it right now. And on that video, okay, you're thinking, why don't you tell them about the reptilian shapeshifters, right? When he's talking about all these different other things to people these last 2 months, and then before 2 months, he was banned on YouTube, so he couldn't tell you anything. He was banned on YouTube and banned on Facebook. So I noticed he was over on X, right? Twitter, X. And so I would always go in there and I'm like, why don't you just tell them about the reptilian shapeshifters and this and that? And well, now he is, because you can't do it on X. Anyway, so um so he's on YouTube and I've seen him talking about different things and I'm like, why doesn't he just come out and tell him about the reptilian shapeshifters? And so now he's telling him about the reptilian shapeshifters. And so this video that he loaded up, I don't know who's loading it up. I don't know what's going on, but this is when he went to court. It's just an insert of it. And these are the reasons why he's banned from 30 European countries. He can't even visit there. Okay? Keep that in mind. And so he shows, I guess it was last year or the year before that, when him and that blonde girl, they went to court. It was court in the Netherlands. I think they done it by computer online. I'm not exactly 100% sure. I think they done it online and actually in court. Okay. They don't want him in court. You see everything that's going on in the United States. They don't want him in court in the United States because he's not afraid to go to court. Okay? And that's why David Icke is David Icke and nobody else is doing what David Icke does. Because everybody else is too chicken to go in there to court. You know it, and I know it. And so in that court in the Netherlands, they have a person, and I watched this when it was happening a year or two ago. And so I watched it, and the dude is talking in Netherlands language, whatever language that is. I don't even know what you call it, but it was from the Netherlands. And I'm going to do more research on this and find out which ones have the kings, because I saw some kings, okay? And I saw Orange Man going and visiting these kings. They've got it on video, okay? And so this dude who is talking on there, I want to find out who this dude is, okay? Who was in the court. He was reading the accusations against David Icke, the reasons why he is banned from those countries, from not entering those countries. And so he's reading, and he's like a crybaby. He's like a crybaby saying, and this is what he wants to do, and he wants to do, because they are scared of being exposed. I told you, I suspect David Icke is actually an extraterrestrial himself. Okay? But he's defected going back towards righteousness. The extraterrestrials, you can't leave it at that. And it doesn't mean he is. I'm just saying that I think he is, or else how would he know all this stuff that's in here. And so this guy, you can hear it in his voice. Okay, he's talking in another language. And a year or two ago, when this happened, I didn't know what the hell he said. And David Icke and that girl didn't tell you what he said. But now these closed captions, like if you listen right now, you can't do it because this is live stream. But after it gets loaded up, AI automatically inserts closed captions. So if you watch a video after it's been loaded up, not when you're doing the live stream, after you watch the live stream, after it ends and it's been loaded up, it's got closed captionings in there. It only takes a few minutes, or I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe half a day, I don't know. And then there's closed captionings. Like if you go to the video, the live stream I made last night, it's got closed captionings on it. So anyone anywhere in the world can read it in their own language. Because if you go to closed captionings, there's settings in closed captionings, and you can select which language you want it to print out in. Anyway, back when they made that, it was not available. Now it is automatically. And so I was watching, and this time I could read what the guy was saying, but I can still hear his voice. But now seeing what he's saying and connecting the tone of his voice, I can see that he's like a freaking crybaby, pleading to whoever the authorities are, who are also extraterrestrials, to shut this guy up, taking away his freedom of speech. I don't know if they have freedom of speech in London or not. I don't know what the hell's up with that. But basically saying, he's telling on us. You can hear it in his voice, like a freaking little spoiled kid crying. Tell him this, he's saying this and he's saying that. And so you can listen to it yourself. That's what it is. They're freaking shaking in their shoes. That's why no one has taken him to court. Anybody else would be freaking terrified to go into court. You know it, and I know it, because they can do all kinds of crap in court. And so that's what it is. They're shaking in their shoes. You can hear it in his voice. They're scared of him. And here's what he says. He says, well, he's telling the people that this reality isn't real. He's saying that it's a I don't know, it's kind of has to do like that Morpheus and whatever. I've never watched. I think they did show us the movie in college. They forced me to watch it, I think. But other than that, I've never watched it. And if they did force me to watch it in college, I remember it was my philosophy class. I wasn't paying attention to it. And I kept trying to not watch it because I was strictly not watching any media during this time within the last 25 years. And so if I did watch it, I don't remember it. And so, but anyhow, he's saying that these things, reality is not real. And then when he says that the 1% are manipulating the 99%, and that's how they've controlled the world all this time, and they're oppressing the 99%. And when he says that, you can hear his voice is trembling, because he knows even what he is saying is the truth. Right? He was scared repeating it. So go watch this. And so that's all I've got. I just wanted to just share that with you. What's going on with David Icke, because I think this is why they're coming out with all this other stuff. It's because of this. Okay. It's a miracle that the message is actually back after being banned for 5 years. This is a miracle. So go in and check out these videos. The last 5 days, the channel is David Icke. If you go in looking for this stuff, make sure you know what channel you're on, because you can bet your bottom dollar that there's going to be all kinds of decoys out there, put out there by the reptilian shapeshifters, aka the government. Okay? And so make sure you are conscious of which channel you're on when you go in and you check out what David Icke is putting out there. Okay? So that's all I've got for right now. Let me show you the channel just to make sure you are on the up and up. Okay, let me get out of here and let me go over to, I'm going to go watch this one here in a minute. But let me see if I can find David Icke on here. Okay. David Icke. Okay. So this is David Icke's channel. Okay. Make sure you go to his channel. To get to his channel, just click on his picture. Okay. Click on his picture. That'll take you to his channel. And then you can select videos or live. Don't select live because he's only got one video on there. Like I said, he just barely got back on YouTube. So go over to videos on his channel, on the David Icke channel. Okay. And it's this one. The real reason they won't want me silenced. Okay. That's the one that shows you that stuff. So it's in closed captioning, and you'll notice that when he starts talking about the 1%, when he starts telling David Icke's theory, you'll notice that the closed captioning goes by really, really fast. I had to go in and stop it, right? You drag the thing, you know how you're dragging it? Because otherwise you can't catch it. And it throws you out. It throws you out of the whole channel, or at least it threw me out of the whole channel a few times. But if you'll notice, when he starts saying the reason why, I almost missed the main part. Okay, so so check this out. Okay, just checking my signal. That's still good. Okay, so when he starts repeating David Icke's theory about how the 1% controlled the 99%, right after that, if that's very important, that's the basic theory. This is why they have him banned, because of his view on this. And now they're trying to say, well, if people believe this, that this is a simulation, then they're just going to start, I better not say the word, you know the word, they're just going to start knocking everybody off because it's not real anyway. That's their freaking argument. You know that's them. That's a freaking bullshit argument. They're using this bullshit argument to save themselves from being exposed. This is their freaking reasoning behind it, to silence him. Because he's saying that it's a simulation. He can think whatever the hell he wants to think. People ain't freaking stupid. There's a difference between telling somebody to go do something or giving them, I don't know how to put it into words, letting them think for themselves that there may be something else out there that we're not able to perceive. That's what he's talking about. He's not telling people to go freaking do stupid stuff that you're going to have to pay consequences for. That's freaking stupid. But this is their argument that they're using to keep from being exposed. And this is the closest it's ever been in court. So, um, um, what do you call that? Summoning the people to court now. Why don't they summon David Icke in there? Because he's the one who told on their ass 25 years ago in this book. These bozos who are being summoned into this freaking kangaroo court that the public is not even allowed to be in there. Why is nobody mentioning David Icke, who made the accusations against them in the first place 25 years ago? They're not in there to question them. They're in there to cover for them because they're all in it together. They're all freaking reptilian shapeshifters, aka extraterrestrials who've been running the show. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Signing out from Central Valley, California. And let's see who we got on here. As usual, it will not focus in, but it's just a couple of people saying hi. So hello, Williams and Peter Cottontail. All right. Stay tuned. I'll probably be going somewhere later on. I don't know yet. But yeah, like I said, the breakfast was horrible. I don't got any bread. There's a bread at this one place that's real good, but that other bread, and it's not even from here. This bread that you have to go to a special store just to get bread that's not poisoned is actually from the East Coast. How freaking ridiculous is that? So I'll be telling you a bread manufacturer that's right here in Petaluma, California, that is making good bread, and it's actually supplying their schools up there are getting good bread. Is it any surprise these schools is where the multi-billionaires are at? Right? But at least it's getting into the schools, and it's catching on, getting to more and more schools are taking out that garbage freaking bread that they're feeding to the kids. And the kids at first, they kind of don't like it, but then after they've eaten the good bread, they don't want the ugly other bread. They want this kind of bread. Okay? So it's very good bread. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll talk to you on the next video live stream.